والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم قدير. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما واجعل التفرق بعده تفرقا معصوما. اللهم ولا تدع فينا شقيا ولا محروما يا رب العالمين. Respected brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today's talk, inshallah, in the coming 19 minutes, because I have finished under the title of Mind Your Words, because your words or our words make our lives. انتبه لكلماتك فإن كلماتنا تصنع حياتنا. So I will start with quoting a story, small story. Then I will highlight the concepts. Then I will talk about the applications in our daily life. This story first. Now, it is said that there were two women sitting on the same bench in a public park somewhere in the West. And each guy passed by them and he was begging the people for some food or some money. So the two mothers with their two kids in the same time, each of them, they reacted towards the fact that there is a homeless in front of them who was begging the people, and he was in a miserable, situation. The first one said, I quote, "Study well, my son, so that not to be like him." Study well, so that not to be like him. The other mother on the same bench in the same time, talking about the same, so that to be able to help people like him. Look now, let's go back one step. Two mothers with two kids, same bench, same place, same context, same circumstances, the same event, same person. The reaction was completely different. Study well, so that not to be like him. The other one, study well, to be able to help people like him. So the first mother, in my understanding, she was creating a monster by her words. She was planting the seeds of arrogance inside the son. She was educating him. She was while the other woman, she was planting the seeds to create someone with an attitude of mercy, to bring someone who's completely merciful, who's kind, who's nice, who loves the others, and who thinks about the others. Words. Our words make our lives. So study well so that to be like him, study well to be able to help people like him. This is the story. Now, why I decided to talk about this. Actually, I made many Friday sermons, many Friday khutbas about this talk. The reason that generally we have an attitude, especially with the youth, that, we are just talking, you are just joking. In Arabic they say, يا شيخ الحكي هو عليه جمرك. يا شيخ احنا ما تحاسبونا عن نقرة. Oh, come on, don't exaggerate. We are just joking, we are just talking. There's an attitude generally in the Arab world, in many Islam worlds, this topic is and how dangerous this point is. Now, the very famous hadith of Mu'adh radiallahu anhu when he was with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Mu'adh is a Sahabi, a young Sahabi, asked Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a certain hadith, in a certain context. He said, "Ya Rasulullah, أو نحن مؤاخذون بما نتكلم به يا رسول الله." In a certain context, this Sahabi, to the best of his knowledge, he reacted in a natural way because he was under the impression, like the Sahabi at the beginning, before he was educated by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was under the impression that this is the case. The accountability is just for what I do, not what I say or what I be. Are we gonna be held accountable, Ya Rasulullah, for what we say? Then the reply of Prophet Muhammad was, ثَكِلَتْكَ أُمْكَ يَا مُعَاذ. وهل يكب الناس في النار على مناخرهم إلا حصائد ألسنتهم. He said, wow to you, يا معاذ. Wow, what are you saying? How dare you? Wow to you, يا معاذ. Do you think there is anything else than the fruits of our tongues that will throw us or throw the people into the bottom of the hellfire? Well, do you think that will be thrown on their faces in the hellfire because of their tongues and what they say, what they talk, and the fruits of their tongues? قال ثكلتك أمك يا معاذ وهل يكب الناس في النار على وجوههم أو على مناخرهم, on their noses or on their faces, which means they will be completely not just thrown into the hellfire, but they will be humiliated by what has come out of their mouths. This is the first evidence in this hadith. Now, another amazing context about the importance of the word. The very famous ayah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam by saying, فَبِمَا رَحْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ لِنْتَ لَهُمْ. وَلَوْ كُنْتَ, you became lenient, soft with them. قال ولو كنت, and if you were, look, فظا غليظ القلب, tough, hearted. Your heart is hard and tough. Let's stop with the word tough. لو كنت فظا, you are tough. Actually, I will not be tough, but by my actions and part of my actions, basically how I deal with the people, how I talk, the language that I use, the words that I use, will have completely abandoned you, left you without even having a second thought. Quran. The one who is addressed by this is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Who is Prophet Muhammad in our faith? He is the best of the creation according to Muslims, the best of everything in the creation. According to Islamic faith is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, who's the Sahaba in our faith? أعظم مجموعة صحبت نبيا في تاريخ الأمم عند البشر في عقيدتنا. The best group, the best companions of a prophet that have ever became companions for a prophet. Yet, Allah is never happened to a prophet would have left you completely without looking back to you, not even having a second thought if you were tough with them. Part of being tough is your language and the way how you talk and the term you choose when you. I will give another evidences. So for those who have just joined us now, the title of my talk basically is Mind Your Words. Be careful of your words because our words make our lives and other people's lives as well. We do affect amazing Quranic verse. ولو كنت فظا غليظ القول ولو كنت فظا غليظ القلب. This is the evidences of the importance of how dangerous the word could be. Now, let's move to another amazing things in Islam to show how important and how dangerous the word could be. Now, you know that person. Hello? Someone is. I think there's. Hello? Shall I continue? There is a noise. Me. Okay. Another evidence. Now, you know in Islam, the person becomes a Muslim by the word of the Shahada, Kalimat al-Shahada. And one of the nice, interesting usage in India and in Pakistan, they say he said the kalima. They called the Shahadatain al-Kalima. They called it a kalima. They said, MashaAllah, he declared the kalima. I said, brother, what do you mean by kalima? He said the Shahadatain. They call it the kalima. Kalimat Allah ilaha illallah. Because the word kalima is used for like a phrase or a statement. So subhanallah, now by saying ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, which is being a non-believer to a believer, everything will be deleted. All of my sins will be deleted by a word. I will be from a complete miserable status to a complete cleansed newborn Muslim. And if I passed away a few minutes later, I'm completing now by a word, which is أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. I believe and I say it. Word. طيب. Now in the other, let's say, side or the other part or other side of the equation, by a word, I became a kafir. I leave Islam. والعياذ بالله. Have you heard about the concept of committing بمعنى شتم الذات الإلهية أو والعياذ بالله احتقار الله أو شتمه. It's like when we say like swearing at God. Like unfortunately, like we have some Arab countries such as Jordan, Palestine, Syria, Lebanon, Iraq. You know, it's widely common there between the youth in the streets. When someone becomes angry, they commit blasphemy. They say كذا كذا and they say ربك دينك whatever. This is called تجذيف على الله, and this is actually in Islamic aqidah and Islamic fiqh, this is an act of committing a kufr by a word. Or I became a Muslim. So I'm confirming now, I'm bringing the evidences how dangerous a word could be and how sensitive the word is basically in Islam. So ثكلتك أمك يا معاذ ولو كنت فظا غليظ القلب. By أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله, which is a word, I become a Muslim. By والعياذ بالله, God forbid, committing any kind of blasphemy, I leave Islam. Let's confirm this more and more. Now, by a word, I become a husband. By a word, she becomes a wife. You know the concept of the contract. We have the guardian, al-wali. We have the bride and the groom, al-aris wal-arus. Now, in Islam, if there's two witnesses, if there's the bride and the groom, and two witnesses, and the wali or the guardian is there, and he said, and he, you know, he offered, he said, I want to marry you, and she said, accepted. Or if the wali said, زوجتك ابنتي, I accept to let you be the husband of my wife on such and such condition, and he said, I accept, ijab wa qabul, in a word, by saying, I accept, this man and woman becomes a husband and a wife. What used to be considered fornication or adultery or zina just a few minutes ago becomes by a word halal, and both of them, they have ajr and they become husband and a wife by a word. Just زوجتك, تزوجت, قبلت, قبلتي, it's a word. So it's not, are we gonna be held accountable, Ya Rasulullah? Look at the time of the Sahaba. He said, ثكلتك أمك يا معاذ. Well, on to you, Ya Mu'ahad. What are you saying? طبعا, definitely you will be held accountable. Do you think anything else that will take the people? It's a big. Now, why I'm saying this? Still, I will keep bringing evidences to show you how dangerous this is. Because many Muslims, for many reasons, they don't care with what they say in their life. I will be focusing, after finishing the evidences, on how should a husband and wife be dealing with each other, the parents, mothers and fathers with their kids, what kind of words we are using with them, the colleagues, to our iman, to our faith, to the beauty. Maybe I don't know if it's good to say it's a glad tiding or the good news. Okay, we are in a pandemic now. We are facing a crisis on a global level. Yet, when you focus on many Islamic teachings, many people, they used to make fun of him or look with an eye of looking down to them, like for example cleansing or doing the wudu or at-tahara or not having this kind of bad relations. Look now what happens now. There's simple things, wearing the niqab or covering the face, not touching, not kissing, not hugging, strangers. Now we can say that the people of earth, they are applying Islamic teachings whether they loved or not. This funny joke about the toilet paper. Now, most of the people, they start making jokes talking about the only solution for the Westerners, just to use the water like the Muslims. I just a few hours ago was watching like a small video in a Russian language with this translation, talking that the best way really to avoid any kind of harms and microbes and viruses. When you try not to use the toilet paper or even the wet toilet paper, but the best way is the way that Muslims are using, which is using the water. La ilaha illallah. So sometimes a commandment by the Prophet, regardless of its benefits. No, 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 no. In Islam, even the simple things, it has a wisdom behind it. So what about the very important thing? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and His Prophet tells us on behalf of His Lord, that be aware of what you in a level of faith, which is like committing blasphemy, or in a level of hurting, basically. What is gossip? And what is backbiting? Al-ghiba wal-namima. It's what exactly? It's a word. What? The very, very famous hadith Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was riding his mule. He was passing by two graves for Muslims. So the mule was about to, to throw him from the back. He said, إنهما يعذبان. The people, what we call about the punishment of the grave, عذاب القبر. قال إنهما يعذبان وما يعذبان في كبير. Both of them, they are facing a punishment, the punishment of the grave. And وما يعذبان في كبير. And they are not punished for something that is seen big in the sight of the people. قال أما أحدهما فكان لا يستنزه من بوله. One of them, he was not taking care to his clothes without any kind of cleansing or cleaning. The other one قال وأما الآخر فكان يمشي بين الناس بالنميمة. As for the other one, he was, doing gossip and the backbiting. Just, have you heard such and such? Wallah, the very famous statement in the Arab word, بحطش بزمتي, بحطش بزمتي. والله أنا والله أدي سهيد بحطش بزمتي. But I hear them saying tap 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 tap, and we say everything about the honor of the people, their privacy. Sometimes we destroy families. What we say, إنما كنا نخوض ونلعب. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was attacking those people who were just, saying we have done nothing. We are just word. And Mu'adh said, أو نحن مؤاخذون بما نتكلم به يا رسول الله. And the other hadith from Bukhari, which I will finish the evidences and quotations, then I will give the examples, then I will stop inshallah. Now, يرفعه الله بها درجات وإن العبد لا يتكلم بالكلمة من سخط الله لا يلقي لها بالا تهوي به في جهنم. This is the exact wording of Al-Bukhari. Imam Bukhari narrated that Prophet Muhammad said, the man could be talking or saying a word, out of the satisfaction and the happiness of Allah, which means Allah is satisfied from him. Allah has approved and is satisfied out of what he is saying. Even though he was not paying a lot of attention for it, for him, it's as if it's nothing. يرفعه الله بها درجات. By this word, Allah will uplift him levels in terms of his ajr and his status to be from the people that Allah gives a special status. The other, and Allah could be saying a word min sakhat Allah, out of the extreme anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which Allah completely is angry because of this word. قال لا يلقي بالا. The same thing, he does not pay attention. Just, I don't care. I did not mean it. Just, I'm just joking or whatever. قال لا يلقي بالا. He does not pay any attention for it. يهوي بها. This word could be the reason to throw him into the hellfire, which confirms the meaning of the hadith of معاذ رضي الله عنه. أثكلتك أمك يا معاذ وهل يكب الناس في النار. Woe to you, O Mu'adh. Do you think there anything else that will be more than the fruits of their tongues? Now, this is the story, the idea, the concept, the evidences. Now the application. Let's come to conclude and to finish inshallah bi'idhnillah. The conclusion, the application of our daily life. The most important thing that I would love to share with you and to remind myself as a father. I'm a father of 5. I have 4 daughters. I have 5 kids, 4 daughters and 1 son. So when I think about us as parents, especially, and I assume the majority of Those who are listening to me now are Arabs, I assume. We in Arab culture, easily, we use a lot of bad words with our kids. While we are joking, all what we والعياذ بالله يا كذا يا كذا, we use the word donkey and animal and cow or something. Sometimes we resemble them, نعمل تشبيه, ولك شكلك زي كذا, ولك يا كذا والعياذ بالله, يا stupid, you idiot, يا حمار, يا والعياذ بالله بعيد عنكو يا كذا. Sometimes we use the word shoes, حذاء, but in the slang languages, I'm angry, he made me angry. Wait, this is haram in Islam. But Ya Sheikh, I became angry. Okay, if you decide to become a father, Allah will put you accountable. And to the mothers, because they became more angry at home because they are in a daily contact with their kids more. May Allah help you, but be careful. We have no right to use this. When I as a father, when I as a mother, keep telling my son or my daughter since young age, whenever I'm angry, I'm calling him, oh, you animal, or yeah, or dog, or ya hawan, or whatever. These very tough words. What is the end result? Said it to him at least maybe 10,000 times in my life. How he looks to himself. He will be facing the, what we call it in English, inferiority complex, عقدة النقص. He will be looking at you and to hate her mother and to hate the religion and to hate maybe Allah himself. Why Allah has done this for me? So you have to be careful. How many times we have this is on the level of parents and their kids. We have to count to 10 what kind of words I'm using with them. Ya Allah, I have to control myself. But he is provoking me, even though I need to hug him, speak with him in a very good way. But okay, I can't control myself. You can, I can. Wallahi, we can. I will give you an example and a proof that I can and you can. In our daily life, let's talk about selves. If we are employers, for example, we are working in big companies, big corporates, whatever. How many times we have seniors, we have head of departments, we have the CEO, in which that we don't like him or her. Actually, we might be hate. We have hatred even because he's very tough and very bad. Yet, we smile in their faces for many reasons. Many reasons. Why? بقول لك بدي أعيش يا شيخ أنا الراتب بدي أعيش. Okay, I hate him but بدي أعيش. What does this mean? This means, okay, I might hate the principal of my school or the director in my company or the manager or the head of the department. I hate him, but there's something much more important, which is I need to maintain my salary and I want to live. I want to take care of my family. Good. Do we do this in many levels of our lives? Sometimes with our friends. Sometimes, especially, the youth, boys and girls, الشلة or the group, the close group. Sometimes maybe I like 3 of them and I don't like 2 of them. يعني زي ما بنقول هيز بعرفش شو بدي احكيها بالانجليزي لما يكون سمج ودمه ثقيل يعني. سمج هكذا تترجم I don't know. ثقيل دم. Sometimes one of my close friends could be having something really very tough attitude, but I'm not able to fight with him because I might lose the group and I can't have their support if I'm in and I can't enjoy my time because they will, all of them, they respect him, for example. So I calculate it. I control myself. Even though I don't like him, yet I keep controlling myself. Why I do these things with colleagues, with the manager, with the director, with whatever. Why with all of these people, and maybe I hate them, yet I control. Why I do not do this with my kids? Why I do not do this with my wife? Why I do not this with my husband? The same thing. Many problems between husband and wife. Look at them. It's the way how she talks. It's the words that he uses. Okay? Change. Our talk is mind your words, because your words, our words, make our life. We can re-engineer, we can reinvent, we can redesign our lives when we change the words that we use. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help me and all of you inshallah to be on the side of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Exactly 29 minutes. I'm sorry. Jazakum Allah khair. I finished.
Jazakum Allah khair, Dr. Qورشة. We do have a question right now that we're going to segue into the Q&A by
جزاك الله Brother أمجد.
Just to elaborate on your lecture, inshallah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "He who believes in Allah and last day, let him speak good or remain silent."
جزاك الله خير ما شاء الله. Yes.
This is just also just to elevate our good manners.
Stop.
يعني
Sorry, I lost the last word. You said من كان يؤمن بالله فليقل خيرا أو ليصمت. What's next? I lost the
This is just to elevate our good manners.
It's part the one who believes in Allah and the day of judgment. Let him say خير أو ليصمت. This is an ethical guidance in the big wide spectrum of Islamic guidance. It's to tell you that if you don't have something good to say, the solution in Islam, don't speak. It's like a guidance. It does not mean it's haram to talk, which means count to 10 and try to make like a filter. Is there a khair in what I'm saying? Is there a khair in my joke? Is there a goodness in what I'm acting, something? If it's good, say it. If there is nothing of khair, why should I say it? Are you with me? It's like a general ethical guidance to make sure to be in the right, in the right side of the importance of your words. Any question?
أنا عندي سؤال يا شيخ دكتور أمجد.
تفضل.
الكالتشر هون الثقافي بأمريكا بالأخص للشباب والأفلام والهاي كلمة الإف هاي كأنها يعني مثل شرب المي والتنفس.
يا الله.
فكيف بده الواحد يخلص من الشغلة هاي والموجودة بالثقافة العامة ويعني وإذا ما حكى الواحد هيك صفي out of the group ما بقولوا أو برات
والله أخي أنا أوكي أنا Okay, the question basically, the brother is asking me, what can I do as a Muslim who's living in a country in the West where, unfortunately, the culture of the F words is widely spread to a degree that if someone who, out of the context or he's not up to the limit or whatever, let me be frank with you, brothers. What distinguishes the believer and the Muslim believer basically is his character. His character basically is what he says and what he does. This is what is Islam. Islam is basically something we believe, something we say, and something we act upon. If we know that this word is haram, basically it's haram, I think there is no Muslim aqil, there is no mature Muslim who can give a fatwa that using this word is allowed in Islam. Now, this is the culture. Who said that I should be part of the culture? I mean, if I should not allow myself, I must be an influencer. Okay? Now, if I'm not able to be an influencer, not to let them say it, at least the bottom line in Islam, I should not I myself say it. This should be a decision as a red light for me. Yani, let's make analogy, qiyas, for example. Prophet Muhammad, if someone said something of evil, okay, and you have the authority, you have the power to change it, use your power to change it. قال فإن لم يستطع, if he can't, if he does not have an authority, does not have any kind of power, let him change it by his tongue, which means talk, say something, write, okay, widespread. Let him deny, let him reject this evil or bad thing by his heart. Now he continues, قال وليس بعد ذلك حبة خردل من إيمان. If he did not even was able to match this level, which means the rejection in his amount of iman in his heart. Imagine if this is the levels, bad thing should be removed, if not at least by my tongue, if not by my heart. So what if, because if the influence is so big, I decided to join. First of all, I need to convince myself that this is a crime. This is an ethical crime. I should not. But whatever, I don't care with the reaction. I don't care. They should be influenced with me. And I'm supposed to be a da'iyah in this. First step, no way I share this word. طيب, next step, actually, to be honest with you, if I were you, I must do my best to be a reason for them to change wherever I can. At least relatives, at least those whom I have some kind of good relations with them. But just leave it and to be part of the culture, it's unacceptable in Islam. Wallahu a'lam, in a brief.
Jazakallah khair.
وإياكم إن شاء الله.
So we can a chat question when you go back to work, inshallah. We can say to our non-Muslim friends with authority, we told you about cleanliness and wudu. I'm not sure if this is a statement or this is a question, but you can read it in the chat, inshallah, and if you want to respond to it.
And I'm not able to say it. How can I go? How can I go to the question? So I go to the.
When you click on your screen, you hover over it. You see a little bubble in a blue circle. You click on it. It will open the chat in the pane on the right hand side. Anyway, let me read it back.
Okay. What's the name of the one who sent it?
Abdul Basit Awamdi, to everyone. He said, when we go back to work, cleanliness and wudu. I'm not sure if it's a statement or a question, but you can respond to it, inshallah.
If it's a statement, I agree with you. If it's a question, yes, please do it, but in a clever way. In a very clever, wise way. Be careful. I mean, let's do it in a way just to pay the love that we hold towards humanity to the degree that we feel very happy that what we have is very beneficial for others. Don't feel that, okay, have you seen? Yalla, شفتوا بقى? You don't know. This attitude could be, causing something very horrible in their hearts. But be wise. الحكمة ومن أوتي الحكمة فقد أوتي خيرا كثيرا. The one who was given the wisdom, he was given the great خير and goodness, inshallah. Whether it's a question or a statement, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakumullah khair. Okay, if anyone else has a question or a comment, go ahead now, please.
I have a question, please.
Yeah.
Try not to cuss in front of them, do it to you, or they see it at a masjid. Tell your child when they're present, when there's adults talking bad to each other.
First of all, I need to keep insisting, sister. I mean, the most important thing. Let's go to steps, step by step. Step number one. Since their childhood, they need to know what is right and what's wrong. That we have bad words, good words. This should be clear. I mean, they should be having the criterion already. I mean, it's not, there should be no concept of, wallahi, everyone is free to say, no. We have good words, bad words from the very beginning. If this was established, now this is the development. Whenever he develops, be careful, Baba Habibi, Mama Habibti, don't say this word. This is not a good word. This is not because sometimes in the KG, sometimes in this, I am one of the sources of telling you about the values of things which is good or bad. This should be part of my relation, should be. Now, when I'm in the masjid or someone else, now if he has already a knowledge and he saw something bad, by ethical way, I must insist, keep telling him this is bad, don't do like them. But in the same way, I need to tell him not to look, in an arrogance against them that they are just very bad people. No, let's make it in a wise way. They are saying bad words. We should not agree with them. Yalla Habibi, please, let's do your best. Bad. Well, what can I do? It's their problem. I mean, if we can fix the problem with them, we will do. If not, at least be aware that this is wrong and this is not allowed in Islam. Please don't do like them. I don't care whether I'm Muslim or non-Muslims, my dear son. They are doing it is of ethics or. Now with this way and insisting on that in a very nice way, plus I keep telling him and encouraging him when he says good words that you are a good boy, mashallah, jazakallah khair, thank you for controlling yourself, and I push him to the level of thinking how to influence them, not just to say, oh, they are bad and khalas. No. I to move from the status of knowing the good and bad to the status of having mercy towards them, to the status of doing his best to change them, or at least not to let them say these bad words in the masjid. So by this, we will be hitting more than one bird with one stone. Wallahu a'lam.
Jazakumullah khair all for the great questions and the fantastic answers by Dr. Qoursha. Any more questions or comments at this point? Okay.
Okay?
There's a comment by Fatima to everyone. It says, I agree with him. I taught my son who was born here and is 16 that cursing is not allowed.
Yeah.
He never heard that in my home, and now when he plays video game and people say bad and words and cursing, that refer that the just trying to go through it here. I'm getting multiple texts at the same time. My apologies. Okay. Anyway, sorry that they were confusing texts. So I agree with him. It's that cursing is not allowed. He never heard that in my home, and now when he plays video games again and people say bad and curse words, he tells don't let me from playing.
والله ما شاء الله ما شاء الله. والله I greet you for this, sister. جزاك الله خير. This, yes, at least he is an influencer now, because this is wrong and this is haram. It's not just wrong, it's haram actually. Haram, unallowed. So when they knew that it is as such and they know why, with the just he knows at the end. Now our job ends by doing our best to plant the seeds of what is right and what's wrong, and explaining the justification why it's bad and good and wrong and etc. We need to, from the very beginning. Then at the end, alhamdulillah, let's say, how to say, following them, trying to help them to establish this character. And maybe aware, most of the people in the science of the sociology, education, and psychology, there is like a great consensus that most, to establish the core values, ethical values, any kind of values inside him, it's between 5, 6, 7. Most of them, they stop by 8, or between 7 and 8. So when we do our best from the year 1 up to 7 and 8, we are close friends to them. We show them love, respect, the law. I restrict myself. I'm a role model. I keep spreading love and giving the values, doing my best with a harmony and all the time, and giving them what we call the quality time with them. So I can do a lot. And this example is a great example of sister. Thank you for sharing this experience. Cursing words, or otherwise, my mother will stop the internet or the Wi-Fi. This is great. He has to know. It's like, look, look around the world now. Why Chinese people, they manage to control the corona? Now they are losing their lives, such as many other countries, including Spain and Italy, and in the United States as US. There's times when we have freedom completely outside, when you see someone just follow the law when you need it, you will be benefited. So when he knows that and he's convinced with that, he did not feel shy. He was not afraid from the peer pressure, or otherwise I will stop playing with you. This is an excellent example that we can reach with them to that, bi'idhnillah. Jazakumullah khair.
Jazakumullah khair all for all the interjections. Any more?
أمجد, very nice talk. We're sorry it's late.
Jazakumullah khair.
For you.
Barakallah fikum. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah protect you all, inshallah, and give you barakah, inshallah, in your time. Inshallah, help you. Now, people of the globe, they need Muslims. Wallahi. It's the time now to show them Islam. Inshallah. Jazakumullah khair, barakallah fikum. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
The important answer for everybody is we're trying to find out the families and individuals who are in need in this time. We know some people lost their job. Way they can come to the masjid, ask for assistance. So please, if you know somebody who needs help financially or by bringing them food or whatever, please, we want you to contact us on our website, on the masjid website. There's a zakat application. You can fill it out for them if you know for sure that there are people who are in need, because we know till they get their unemployment is going to take some time. So for these few weeks we have some.
حياكم الله جماعة اليوتيوب. أنا كنت في محاضرة مع مركز إسلامي في لوس أنجلوس في كاليفورنيا في كندا سبحانه وتعالى يعني يعيننا أن نكون ذا نفع لشيء. لا تنسون دعائكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I'm sorry, I forgot that I was talking in English. I'm sorry. This was like a WebEx, like a webinar for a group of Islamic Center in Los Angeles in California. And I'm speaking from Toronto, from Canada. It was about mind your words. I hope that I was of some benefit to some of you. جزاكم الله خير. السلام عليكم. Okay. Yes. Oh, I did not notice that I have. Oh, okay. I just noticed that I was not able to see. To be honest, you can contact with the groups. جزاكم الله خير. The comments. Okay. الحمد لله. جزاكم الله خير. مجهود الرائع. جزاكم الله خير. سيستر روان النتشة وسيستر سمية وفكرة نت. بارك الله فيكم. وسيم. brother وسيم. Give me some suggestions for my son how to raise him. He is 8 months old. Is it Yasin or Vasim? Sorry, I'm not able to read the name. Okay. جزاكم الله خير. I'm responding to the question of brother or sister. I don't know if he's a brother or sister. Vasim. So brother Vasim or sister Vasim, I'm sorry, I'm not able to recognize the name. Give me some suggestions for my son how to raise him. He is 8 months old. Subhanallah. To the best of my knowledge, small children, brother or sister, they do recognize by default that we can upbring them to some certain habits. Like for example, one of the things that we need to fix in their kids, even when they are just few months old, that they should not be able to have whatever they want in the way they want, such as crying, for example. Don't. He might be interested in having the tablets or the mobile phone or playing with whatever images, or he will be insisting that he will cry if you do not hold him, for example. Okay. By the way, from now you need to be strict to let him know that this is allowed and this is not allowed. Believe me that from now you have to start. Okay. For example, this is the time of, let's say, having the food. He wants the sweets. He wants to play with some chocolate or whatever. He's very happy and crying if you don't give him. Now they are very clever. If we left them just by crying, you bring the sweet or the candy or you hold him, now he will be completely programmed that my way of achieving what I want is to cry and to make noise. If I cry, my father will bring everything, my mother will allow me, everything will happen as well. So I keep crying, which means at the end, he will not realize that we have a law or there's restrictions. He will not be able to distinguish between my right and your right. He will not be able to distinguish between selfishness and sacrificing completely. He will just be revolving around himself. So one of the great things is to educate him and to teach him by action that don't let him be achieving whatever he wants by crying. Food, sweets, no sweets. I can't hold you now. I can't. There is no game, because now at 1 year, now 90% of children, they play games on the smartphones. So you need from now to be strict to let him know that this is allowed and this is not allowed, and they can realize and understand. Wallahu a'lam. Jazakumullah khair. And I'm sorry that still I don't know. Am I talking with a brother or a sister, because the name is very strange for me. Jazakumullah khair. I will stop now. Barakallah fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.